Yolan True and welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy. Today I want to talk about the Contained Thalaron Event. Well, that's the name I give it because it is one of those rare events that really bring great rewards, but it doesn't really have a name. It's just that during the current battle pass you get some really nice stuff. When I started on this server, we could collect Catracel. And that's why we all called it Catracel event. And later with the chaotic tokens, with Picard and whatever came up, we just gave it that name. And this time you can collect Contained Thalaron while I'm filming this video. And you have one of those few times a year where you get really great rewards with your event rewards. And if you go to the events, which are on the top right of your main screen, this com badge from Starfleet, then you see the normal events here. But the difference is that what you get during this event. So we go not to Riker, we go to this Armada hunt, for example. Instead of the rewards you usually would get for stuff like this, and this symbol here with a buff is another new thing I'm talking about in a different video. But instead you get here Contained Thalaron. And as you can see, it can be used in the event store tab to exchange for special rewards. And seriously, this only happens a few times a year. I guess it's 3 times usually. And we were really waiting for this event again. So if you have one of these events, and you might have seen my Get a Second Stellar video, where it is really important to collect this Thalaron in the events. And on the top you see we have Season Pass, Events and Event Store. And if you go to Event Store, you see a lot of things you can get by this, and it goes up to the Apex Outlaw, and after this there's Cosmic Cleanup. But resources and materials, frames and avatars, ship blueprints, ship refits, special currencies, offices and ship parts. And here you can spend the Thalaron, and you see here ship parts, all the different ship parts you can get, Cerritos parts, Defiant parts, stuff for your Franklin, for your Tallius, for the Mantis, and so on and so on. But this is, and the Monovine and the Devore, but that's nothing I'm using so much. As you can see on the screen right now, we also had a territory defense at the same time when I'm filming, but we kept our territory, and that's when I started filming again, when I could see that no one can take it away anymore. But this is, in the end, you will have to decide what to spend for. Those with 1 stellar, I made a video on Get a Second Stellar, and I included this event, so you should have a look at this if you only have 1 stellar. But otherwise, you will really have to make decisions. You get a lot of officers. You usually don't have another chance after they were in the battle pass to get them too often. So I indeed might invest some Thalaron into Officer Dr. Teana, because I still don't have her. So depending on how much I'm still collecting, I might get her in this event because I already got something else that I wanted. Then there are special currencies. Well, they are not so high up my list in this event because there are different ways to get them. But if you need something urgently, you might want to get that here as well. But there's another one that's really important, that's ship's refit. For example, the Veldor refit shard was my first aim, but then I saw that I can achieve something else, that I had to change my tactics a little bit for the short term, and so I had to get another ship. And so I did something I usually say, don't do it. But did that, otherwise I would have gotten the Veldor refit shard. I'm the leader of the Cardassian Union on my server. So, of course, that would have been my proper flagship, but I have to find another way to get it then. Maybe the next of these events. But you get also refit shards for other ships, like the Kattinger as well, or the cloaking refits. There's also projectiles, and there's a lot of nice stuff in here as well. And there are ship blueprints, and this is the most important source for a lot of people. First of all, we have Monovine blueprints in here. If you didn't buy it or don't want to buy it, you can get 100 blueprints here. Unfortunately, there's a limit, as you can see, of 100, and you need 200. So you need 2 of those events if you don't have a territory where you can get them as well, to get the Monovine in the end for free. But as I said, we usually so far had 3 of these events a year. If you have a little bit of patience with 2 of these events, you can get a Monovine. There are also a lot of other ships that you can get via the faction stores or via other events like Cosmic Cleanup and so on. I wouldn't suggest getting blueprints for them here. The Meridian is something you might want to think about. Forget the Separatist D3 class. If you are just a very new player, the Jellyfish blueprints might be very interesting for you as well here, because you usually don't get them anywhere else. And if you're really early in the game, the Jellyfish is a big help. And you see, what you can see here also depends on your ops level, of course. I have Kelvins in here, and from the faction ships, and you also see Mantis and Cerritos. I have the Katinga here. I have the Defiant and the Titan. Defiant and Titan are ships you might want to think about when you're already at that level. And no, that's none I would think about. And the second Stellar, as I said in my second Stellar video, that is the main thing. If you only have 1 Stellar, get the second Stellar here, because that's the only source where you can get it. But you also can get Fischer blueprints here if you're already at that level that it shows, because then you don't need to upgrade the Devore too much. If you have parts of the blueprints from this, you can scrap your Devore earlier, and in the combination you have enough blueprints to build the Fischer. So that could be a nice thing for you as well. What I did was I got the rest of... I already collected a lot of these Contained Thalaron, because I did very well with one other guy from my alliance. No, it's not Mogi this time. High double. And he was first, I was second, so we collected a lot there as well. And I got Corinar blueprints because I now completely changed what I said before. Because of the waves, because of the cube, I just went for the Corinar now. And will be at level 53 a little bit later than planned, and get the Vorcha a little bit later, but I just changed my plans and have a Corinar now. And I got a number of blueprints to do that here in the event, although I usually say don't get faction ships. But with this was a special thing, because with the help of this event store, I could get it on the day when we also had a Met event. There's an event to recruit Riker. I only did the first 3 steps of it, but the material I spent on the Corinar, the upgrading of the Corinar, and so I at least got a number of Riker shards, and I'm ranking 9th in the SLB, so the solo leaderboard at the moment, and that got me a little further, but I needed to spend it on that day. And if I hadn't got the ship a day later, or 2 days or 3 days later or whatever, that's why I did that. And spend on the Corinar shards there. But this event store is really a treasure. And I don't mean the treasure you usually get, but this is really a treasure. For some who already have everything, their frames and avatars they might want, they are quite expensive. But if you urgently want one of those, you can get them here too. I wouldn't recommend it, but you can. And you also can get resources and material here. But if you look at the prices again, 740 for my UC gas cost me 60,000 Contained Thalaron. I can get them with just 1 exchange in the Bajoran faction store, so I will not get material and resources here. Except if you're in absolute urgent need for something, I wouldn't spend it here. So for me, seriously, refits and special ship blueprints are the things to get here. And you can collect quite a number. You see I still have 29,000 Contained Thalaron, although I spent everything I had before yesterday. So I stocked up a bit yesterday again. And I will have a look for offices, ship refits, or ship blueprints if I were you. And that's why I did the video, although it's running. But these events are coming back with different materials. So I said we had a Carousel event, which I'm named like this, with a Chaotic Token event, with a Picard event, and now this Contained Thalaron event. And they are, as I said, I guess max 3 times a year. So when they come, really think about what you want to do with it, where you can achieve most. Can you get stuff that you cannot get in other events in the meantime, between those times when you get these special rewards? And so think about that, and don't spend it on something that you can get every day in different ways. But that's why I wanted to make this video, to show you what to look out for. And as I said, if you're very early in the game, like many, if you have the levels for the North Star and the Jellyfish very early in the game, if you get those 2 ships or one of those 2 ships very early, it's very helpful. But when you're already on the way to your VAR class or whatever, it doesn't make sense anymore, so then you can skip them. Unless you are a little bit like me and a ship collector, that might be another reason for you to do it. But really think about what is the best you can do with your rewards here. But I really love these events. And I am really happy when Scopely does them, because those are my most favorite events, and everyone in my alliance likes them too, because here you can really get great stuff. And talking about, well, if it's great stuff, that is something you have to decide. But if you think it's great stuff, what I'm doing here, and you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do subscribe to the channel and click this little bell so you get a notification when a new video is out. And in this case, with this event, please let me know what you get with your Contained Thalaron in this event, because I'm really curious, what are you doing? Do you have a completely different strategy on what I told you in this video? Or what are you getting? What are your priorities for this? Because that would be really interesting to read in the comments, seriously. And if you want to see another topic, maybe YouTube picked the second Stellar video for you, I don't know. There's another video right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.